Why did you laugh? Why did you laugh?
Everything.
Why did you laugh? What's up, Cave Dwellers? I'm Gabe.
I'm Darren.
I'm Tugboat Johnson.
And today we're going to thank our sponsors right now, and that is rpghiring.com. I'm Tugboat Johnson. I know that you're gamer
That's
tag.
my gamer tag.
I know
yeah.
it's Tugboat Johnson. And today's topic is Venom, Let There Be Carnage. We're going to do a little bit of a movie review and a comic comparison and a giveaway. That's right. You heard it right. I'm going to sit this right here.
Great segue.
We're giving that away?
We are going to be giving away this Lego Venom head bust thing. I went and picked it up today at the end of the show, so make sure you stick around to the end. Because we will be giving this away and talking about how to give it away at the end, as well as the weekly cards, the normal weekly cards, which are right here. So make sure that you stick around. All right. We'll start right off here with the a little bit of a short movie review, just to kind of get things going here. Brandon, where we start off. I mean, what how'd you feel about it, Brandon?
I like the movie. I know people are raging on it online, but that's because if you're trying to consolidate the comics and the movie, you're going to have a bad time.
They jumbled like a bunch of different comics into one.
Yeah, I really didn't. I don't know anything about the comics. Carnage, Venom, any of it. Not a clue. I thought it was an okay movie. I thought it went a little too fast. The movie seemed that it was, normally when you go to the theaters, you get a drink. About halfway through the movie, you got to pee, and you got to go back and race back in there to watch it. That didn't happen, at all. So I felt like I was only in there for 60 minutes at the most, hour and a half. I don't know how long the movie was. I never even
Hour
looked.
45.
It was an hour 45.
Mm-hmm.
It definitely felt like maybe 61 minutes.
Yeah.
I think the problem is, if you're looking for something with nuances and depth, you're not going to get that. But you're going to get, if you just go in there with hey, I'm just going to enjoy this movie, sit back and watch some popcorn, eat some popcorn, and just watch this movie, you're going to have a good time.
That's literally what I did. Because,
if you get nitpicky and look at all the details and everything there.
I will do that with Star Wars, but with Marvel movies, I don't care. As long as it's not just way out there goofy, I'm watching them just to eat some popcorn and enjoy the movie and enjoy the current timeline of the MCU, of which now...
We get to that.
No, I mean, we're doing a movie review, but we will get to that, later on. But yeah, they are now connected, just so you guys know. Spoilers, but I say that too late every time. Doesn't matter. You were already watching this. You knew that we were going to talk about it.
Giga.
But yeah, I'm not really into, being the comic, whatever you want to call it. That's not how it's supposed to go, but,
The comic expert.
Yeah, that's not me.
When you get into the comics, the relationship between Venom and Eddie Brock is different. In the movies, it's more of a friendship type deal.
I'm sorry. I don't know what came over me. Please let me fix it so I can fix it.
And in the comics, it's almost like they're married. It's like they love each other.
Yeah.
It's a different relationship, which is fine. I mean, they're going to change it up from the comics. I think people need to understand that. They're going to change it from the comics. They got to.
Yeah.
Well, actually, at the end of the movie, they went from, friends to it was kind of married kind of thing.
As a whole, the movie seemed really short. Like I said, the plot was okay. I feel like someone just going in to watch it. If you're just going in to watch it, you're on my side here. The plot was okay. I don't see a problem with it. I feel like there definitely could have been more to it. There was a few weird things in there, like what was Shriek? She looked like, what did you word it, Brandon?
Shriek looked like one of the bad guy vampires from Twilight. and she was overacting. It was strange. And nothing against the actress, but she was overacting, and
She was almost like blue.
I was like, "Are we watching Twilight?"
Look,
I thought she was gonna start sparkling.
I just gotta say, it's pretty cool that they threw Tia Dalma into Marvel. Like, come on, man.
So-
That's cool.
Now that I'm thinking about it, the whole movie took place in like one night, didn't it?
Yeah, pretty much. No.
Well, I mean, so as soon as Carnage broke Shriek out
Breaks
of the
out.
thing, it was like
Yeah.
one night.
Yes. The entire ending, like the
Well, the whole movie was the ending.
after 60 minutes, it's all 40. Like that next 45 minutes.
No,
is
I'm
all
just
one
saying,
night.
like, you get like 20 minutes into the movie, and then it's the ending.
He's out of line, but he's not wrong.
Yeah.
You know, like most movies have like Allison said it the best. Most movies have like your two main, like your main bad guy and your main good guy. They'll fight once, and then they'll kind of split apart because something happens, and then they'll go back to have their like final battle. Right? No, there was only one, and that was the main ending. So like literally, it shows a little bit about Eddie Brock, a little bit about Venom, and a little bit about Carnage, which or what's his name, Cletus Cassidy. You know, that's the first 20 minutes, and then the rest of the movie is literally the ending of the movie, and it's, you know, the main leading up to the main battle at the end, which kind of ended goofy. You know, I don't really know. I don't know. It ended goofy, like the way Carnage died, and then he was just like noodles. I mean,
It's not Citizen Kane. I mean, it is what it is. But I'll say this: the bright spot in the movie is Woody Harrelson and Cletus Cassidy. Great.
I agree.
Absolutely.
Great.
Woody Harrelson's just a great actor, anyways, and so is Tom Hardy. Really, I think they did Venom an injustice by making him look like a jelly bean,
A gummy.
a gummy bear.
Plastic
Which
doll.
Kind of did that in the first movie.
But Carnage
yeah.
looked amazing.
That's what I'm saying. That's where
Yes.
I was going. But
It's not supposed to look, shiny. It's supposed to look like muscle,
yeah, but Carnage looked great, and then they make, a jelly bean Venom over here.
Which I also think it's weird because their, take on Venom and Carnage. Carnage was supposed to look like a scrawny little shapeshifter dude, and he's supposed to be the insane little scrawny symbiote, and, Venom's supposed to be a hulking mass.
Yeah, and Carnage was like
it's kinda opposite
5
around.
feet taller than
Yeah.
Venom was, and Venom was scared of him. I don't know. The first movie, they made Venom to be like this just big, obviously he wasn't the strongest because the one bad dude, the symbiote at the end, was obviously
Right.
bigger. But he still, like, he didn't scare him. He fought, he was going to either die or not die. But, in this one, it was like, I don't want to fight that guy.
Yeah, like they made him...
And then Venom, like, I
Yeah,
don't...
but at the end, he's like, I just want to be your friend.
Yeah.
And
Yeah.
then Venom's like, screw this guy.
And the whole thing with, like, they're not a match. In the comics, that was the whole thing. Carnage and Cletus were a perfect match. That was the whole thing. And it wasn't Cletus that wanted the family. It was Shriek in the comics. So it's all kind of weird.
Like I said, it had an okay plot. I mean, it was really short. It was okay to watch. It was a fun film. You could sit back and, like Brandon said, eat some popcorn, drink some soda.
Take a nap.
I wouldn't go that far. It's kind of a waste of a movie ticket, Gabe.
Hey, a lot of
you could
people
drink
do
some
that.
soda, get an icy.
If you're at a cool theater, get some tendies.
Oh yeah, if you're at a cool, we do not have a cool tender. Cool tender. We do not have a cool theater. I
What?
wish
You
I
on
could
Tinder,
get.
buddy?
I wish I could get tenders at the tendies at the movie theater.
You got to bring your own chocolate milk.
Ooh, can I bring my own tendies to the movie theater
No.
in my
Yes.
pocket? And tots
Maybe.
in my pocket.
Yes.
I just hope no one kicks
Maybe.
them. Well, that's a bit of a movie review there, I guess. I don't really know how well that movie review. And do you guys have anything else to say about the movie review part before we go to the comic comparison?
Mulligan, it kind of, with Mulligan, the eyes, people didn't know what it was. That's toxin. He disagrees, but I'm
I
telling you,
don't
it's
think it is
toxin.
because no symbiote has blue eyes, number one. And also, it looked more like he had Shriek's eye. Like the blue eye.
He did.
It was Shriek's eyes.
Looked just like it.
So it
I'm
couldn't
still
be toxin.
because he's toxin in the comics.
Yeah. Well, okay. Pat Mulligan is toxin, but they just call him Mulligan. So it could be the
The
rabbit
only mulligan
hole.
I know is whenever you miss a shot in golf.
All right.
So there's that.
All right, Chevy. All right. So, in the end, okay, the after the credit scene, what'd you think about that?
Okay, so the after credit scene,
I'm excited. There's a new person for Spider-Man to fight. So.
Well, the after credit scene showed right there that Sony and Marvel got their stuff straightened out. That there will be a joined MCU between Sony and Marvel. That means that
they both put on the.
That means that Venom is now in the MCU. He's canon. That means that Morbius is going to be canon. That means that anything else that Sony makes that is Marvel, like with Spider-Man villains, are all going to be canon. That makes that showed just more into the multiverse as a whole because, basically like Eddie Brock and Venom are sitting there looking at the screen and the whole thing just does its thing, and then he's like in a completely different universe.
It looked as if the universes were quite literally colliding at that moment.
Right, and then the same like... Yeah, because it was on screen. It was like glitching or whatever. But the same like beach house thing or whatever
was being used by somebody else.
Used by someone else. It was either that or he like went through time. I'm not sure. Something.
It's a multiverse. I believe.
It's the multiverse
because it's all happening around the same time. Doctor Strange and then Wanda.
Right.
There's a period. Loki even. It's all connecting the multiverse.
Right. So they're like colliding together into one, which is cool because Sony made. Into the multiverse with Miles Morales, the cartoon, and at the end, into the Spider-Verse. Sorry, at the end, there was like all the different Spider-Men, 2099 and whatnot, pointing at each other, and it's like, are they going to be in it too?
Yeah.
Yes.
Which, if you looked up some stuff about Morbius, Vulture, which is played by Michael Keaton, is in it.
Oh, well, there you go.
Yeah, he's in it. So everybody had some speculations. And if you look up which universe it's going to be in, they're like, oh, it's MCU, but it's Sony's universe. It's made by Sony's universe. And they're very vague about it. And I'm assuming this is why.
Also, Shriek. Was Shriek, you two should know this, was Shriek in like Fantastic Four or X-Men? Was she an enemy in...
She was not part of the X-Men. She actually made her first appearance in a Spider-Man comic.
Oh, really?
So she is not. They talked about mutation in the actual movie, but she's not.
But do you think this has anything to do?
She is a mutant.
Do you think she's a mutant?
She was forced into it.
But
not an X-Men.
But do you think this mutant type of thing has anything to do with foreshadowing some kind of X-Men coming on?
This.
Because they're going to remake the X-Men. They're going to remake Fantastic Four.
I thought about this. I think because Sony owns the rights to Shriek because Shriek is not an X-Men character.
You're right.
It's a Spider-Man character.
Why would they use her as...
I don't think it was foreshadowing X-Men at all.
However,
I think people need to get off that. Because
they did say mutant gene, maybe they can just say...
They can't say mutant. She just said mutation.
Oh,
yeah. Mutation was changing.
Yeah.
So it's get off that horse. They're not foreshadowing mutants with that.
Although
they don't own Sony does not own mutants.
Right, you're right. Just Spider-Man and Spider-Man.
Because she was in Spider-Man, so they could use her.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. Well, with that being said, maybe there will be some. I believe they are going to remake the X-Men.
Oh yeah, definitely.
Fantastic Four with Silver Surfer and all that.
They're going to They're going to start pumping in Wolverine or Deadpool. Or
they have
all
to.
This.
Well, I mean, they have a movie coming out that says it's called Mutants.
Everything that's been so far, like with the X-Men and Fantastic Four, obviously that's all wiped. But Deadpool, they say Deadpool is the only thing from Fox that's staying.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
So
I wish we could get the same magic from New Mutants, and that's it.
Just her.
Throw away everybody else. Yeah. Except for Michael Fassbender with Magneto. They can keep him.
Yes. I agree. Yeah, because New Mutants was terrible. Anyways, want to go on to a comic comparison real quick of the movie. You guys have already said a few things. I don't really know much, so I'll let y'all talk a little bit about it. About Gabe, why don't you go ahead and say something about the Shriek, how they were the family. You were telling me earlier today.
So like Shriek's whole timeline with Carnage is entirely different. There was no Saint Estes, and she went from leaving home at 18. She got shot. She got taken by Cloak and put in the pocket dimension thing, and it was basically torture for her. So she ended up getting her mutant genes. She somehow gets out. And then she gets put in Ravencroft, which when Carnage is breaking out of Ravencroft, they meet. Then they proceed to be like a family because she wants a family, so she perceives him as a husband. And then they go on to adopt a bunch of other Spider-Man villains. And eventually Carnage kills one of them to display power because there was kind of a power struggle within this messed up family. And they all go nuts and hate each other. and break up kind of thing. So,
and with Ravencroft in the Marvel universe is like Arkham Asylum in DC.
Oh, okay.
it's like the Raft kind of.
Right.
So this has been used several times for different
Yes.
in all throughout different ones.
Yes.
Not
it's,
just
it's a pretty common theme when someone has to go to the loony bin because they're dangerous.
They're going to
They
Ravencroft.
go to Ravencroft.
Oh, I got
Yeah,
you.
that or the Raft.
What's the Raft?
The Raft is like it's like
We can talk about that later.
Yeah.
When you talk about that, that's a whole nother
That's
thing.
a whole
I'm
nother
sorry,
video.
I'm sorry, yeah. So what else? I heard something else about Eddie Brock was in prison too, and what's all that about?
It's how he met Cletus Cassidy. He is his cellmate on the Raft, and that's how.
Oh.
And Venom comes to break out Eddie Brock. He attaches to himself and leaves behind Carnage on Cletus Cassidy, and then it ends up with the whole thing with Venom and Spider-Man teaming up together, them hunting Carnage. They try to kill Carnage. Doesn't totally work out, and there's a bunch of different storylines with that, where Carnage dies, he comes back from the dead, and all this other stuff. So
That's a lot.
yeah,
That's a lot to take
And
in.
there's different. You can go really deep into this comic stuff, but it's you can stay here all day with the comic stuff. But he hit the main points, and I think that's important. But there's so many different universes and storylines with Venom and Carnage and Shriek. It's because Venom was so
he's
popular.
been brought back so many times.
It's crazy.
Because Cletus Cassidy has died a ton of times and been brought back with Carnage. Because Carnage can die entirely, and because they bond to the blood cells in your body, there's still like a little bit of him left. And Cletus Cassidy can entirely remake the Carnage symbiote
Not if he gets his head
at any
off.
point. Yep. Yeah.
He can.
Yes. He's had a grenade put in his mouth.
So basically, you have to burn him.
Like his whole body has to be entirely gone. Everything.
Yes.
No
Crispy.
blood. Nothing.
Well,
Screw this guy.
I guess we can go on to a couple little things we did or didn't like. Brandon, was there something you really did like about the movie there?
What I really liked is the Carnage CGI was amazing.
Yes.
Yeah, that's it.
Okay, Gabe, that's you.
Okay. So Cletus Cassidy in the comics, for those of you who don't know, he was based off of the Joker. And I thought that Woody Harrelson did an amazing kind of Joker-y feel of Cletus Cassidy. It felt like Heath Ledger. And if you don't believe me, rewatch it and pay attention to the gas station scene specifically. That right there captures so much of a Heath Ledger Joker feel, where he jumps the counter, just no talking, nothing, and he just like pure insanity. It looks so much like Heath Ledger Joker, and it fits so much the Joker role, exactly what Cletus Cassidy was meant to be in the comics.
And he added some sensitivity to it. I did like I just wanted to be your friend.
It's the perfect insanity with emotions. It was, I think, an amazing.
I think things I liked. I liked Woody Harrelson was a great actor in it. I think he played the part well. I didn't think he was going to from the end of the last movie, but I think he really did. And I also liked how there was 2 chickens that were named and they were their pets. Anything you really just didn't like in the show?
Cletus Cassidy licking everything. I thought that was kind of dumb.
That was kind of weird.
CGI for Venom, he like we mentioned before, he still looks like Jelly Bean or Plastic Doll or whatever you want to say.
Yeah, I'll be honest with you.
Yummy Bear.
That was my biggest thing. He just looked like a jelly bean. I'm not about it. So
He could look more menacing.
Yeah.
he could have looked more menacing.
They need to add more bulk.
And it was a little too short. Needed to add a little more something. Let's
Yeah.
know a little bit more about it.
And don't get me wrong, go and watch the movie, enjoy it. It's
wasn't
worth
bad.
It's not a
It's
masterpiece.
bad.
It's just
It's
to
worth
sit back and watch it.
It's not. Yeah, there are other worse Marvel movies. Let's just say that.
Yeah.
Now that being said, I think we can go on to everybody's favorite part of the show, where we give some stuff away. We'll start off with the Venom Lego piece here. Again, this is the Lego bust, the Marvel Venom Lego bust. We tried to find Carnage. He's a little harder to find in our stores we have local. Our single store that sells Legos did not have him, so we'll set this over to the side. And the way you win this is just like winning a card. So when you enter to win the cards this week, we'll do the same thing as the Venom statue here, and you'll get entered to win both. So super easy. All you got to do is hit the link, the first link in the description, fill it out, Make sure you're truthful on it. So if you win it, we'll just mail it to you. And you also get entered to win. That's separately. So you could win a card and you could win a Venom at the same time. Just how it is this week.
Double whammy.
Yeah, double whammy. All right. Now we'll go on. We'll leave this here, actually. We'll go on to the giveaways this week. Or the giveaway this week, which is... Allison, who are we giving? Ronnie. We're giving away Ronnie. Sorry. Yeah, I'll get a little carried away and caught up in
Where
time
the wild
here.
things are.
We're giving away Ronnie Crowther, and we'll run that now. Congratulations. And we had 8 cards last week, and I said in the video we're giving away 8. Congratulations. We hope you love them, and as well as the loot box.
Respect.
Mad.
Yeah. If you know, you know. You don't know, I promise. Anyways, so now we're going to go on to this week's cards. We have them all here as well. Let me see if I can
Amazing cards. If you like waffles, this is the set for you.
I want waffle fries.
These cards this week are from Shane McCormack, our good friend and artist.
And they are top of the mountain.
I don't can get these lined up. I don't even know if they're not lined up on here. Hang on. I don't remember her name, but I know where she's from. It was an odd film. Hopefully that's not blurry and you can see that. These are the 8 cards that are left. We have the chick from Blade Runner. I cannot remember her name. We've got Jack Skellington. We have Maleficent. Jon Snow. Wonder Woman.
You don't know Marilyn
Monroe. I was going to say that. But,
Blade Runner.
Yeah, Blade Runner. Rick Decker, I think it's something Decker, I think is his name.
Harrison Ford.
Harrison Ford, obviously. And then the Joker, Joaquin Phoenix. Yep, that is what's
we live in a society
left this week. And we're going to give away 5 of these cards this week. The last 8 of Shane McCormack's cards. So hopefully you enjoy them. Make sure that you enter to win these as well as the Venom by clicking that first link. Be truthful about everything. Fill it all out so we can get it out to you, and make sure that you double check your address because we have problems sometimes, and I would hate for you not to answer an email or get it sent out to you.
This is a lot of amazing stuff. So when you're entering,
and a loot box, we don't say that often, but we give away a loot box every week, and it's a solid loot box full of random stuff that's worth well over what normal loot box subscription things give you. Probably worth more than we paid for this. So, well, with that being said, you guys have anything else to say about the show? Make sure you like, subscribe, leave a comment to the video, and we are going to thank our sponsor one more time. That's rpghiring.com. Make sure you check them out.
rpghiring.com.
And the only thing else I have left to say is Venom.
Venom.
Venom, Venom.
Venom.
Venom. Venom. Troubling Venom.
Venom.
I don't know the other lyric to it. It doesn't matter. Anyways. Gabe?
No, I don't think I will. Bye.